Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right, and you're now tuned in to the Viewers Anonymous podcast, where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's up with you, my brother?
Listen, you didn't do the full intro, but I am.
Oh shit! My apologies. Before we get into it, make sure you go follow us on all socials on Instagram and Twitter at ViewerNonPod, on Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group, on YouTube, Viewers Anonymous. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And last but not least, make sure you go follow us on Patreon, subscribe, become a viewer for $2.99 a month. That is patreon.com/Viewers Anonymous. And last but not least, make sure you go listen to us and watch us on Spotify. Hit that follow button as well. Help us get our numbers up so we can, start getting some revenue in this bad boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we got a great topic coming up for Patreon. Mm-hmm. So the next Patreon that's going to be coming out, it's going to be a banger. It's going to be a banger. Sure. I think we're going to disagree on some stuff, but that's always good. But we'll see. We'll see. But listen,
maybe we gotta find a good clip from the Patreon and put out there.
Yeah, I think so as well. Because even the last one that we did was fire. But
yeah, for sure. We gotta throw one out there for the people so they can see what the Patreon is like. Please make sure you do go follow us on IG though, for sure, so you can see some of those clips. If you're not following us on YouTube, you can definitely see those clips on YouTube as well. We better start getting some clips up there. I'm gonna have some time to be able to do them and do all that stuff now, so we definitely got to get that up there. But anyway, what's up with you, bro?
Listen, man, I'm feeling good. I mean, we got a good one on our hands today.
Absolutely.
So, and see, I thought we was gonna go in yesterday, but I'm saying you had some things to do, canceled. So it's like, all right, cool. We'll get in there tomorrow. So this shit been on my brain. I was like, hey, this is one of those ones, and I know that it's an older topic, but even with the older topic, I felt like some new information was given on this one,
man.
So I think this kind of changed the game a little bit. So I've been excited, man. To be honest with you, I've been excited to get in the lab to do this one. But how about you, man? How you feeling? How everything going?
Well, everything is going swimmingly, actually. Excuse me. Thank you. Everything's been going swimmingly, man. Today was a beautiful day. It was windy as hell today, but like for the last 4 or 5 days, we've been getting like 60, 70 degree weather. So, you know what I'm saying? We back with that. So I'm not mad at, not mad about that. It's all smiles over this way. But outside of that, man, I'm right along with you, bro. When I seen this, I was like, yo, this is going to be a fun conversation for us. For me personally, because like I said, like you said, it's a lot of information, like a lot of new information that they don't talk about in other docs and that they don't mention in other docs. And I think the reason that is because of what they focused on in this one, but we'll get to that part later. But man, I watched this about like 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's that good to where I was sitting there watching this shit. I'm like, oh my goodness, like bro, if they would really make docs like this, instead of focusing on like the person, and you know what I'm saying, like, because it's still about him in a way, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really about everything around that, and I'm like, yeah, I like this. This is fire. So, outside of that, I ain't been doing nothing but keeping up with this free agency in the NFL, trying to see who going where and all that stuff. For fantasy football this year. And I finished my bracket today. I finished my men's college basketball bracket. I'm gonna do a women's one, but I ain't gonna lie, I got USC winning it also.
Which one?
No, the women's one.
Yeah, which one is two USCs, man?
We're not about to do that, bro. We're not gonna do that, bro. That's disrespectful.
I honestly don't.
I know you from there. Listen, I know you from there, but nationally recognized USC is in California. We call y'all South Carolina outside of where y'all from. I just want to let you know that nobody calls that USC. Nobody.
But you want to know the crazy part though?
What?
Technically, they're the real USC because they made up the name Southern Cal. It's not no such like you know what I mean. You got UCLA, which is
respect. You've never.
But you true. I'm down here, so
that's what I'm saying. I want you to go somewhere else and say USC and see what team you get, and then you'll know.
Yeah, more than they are nationally known as USC. Yes, but I'm just saying. But if you from South Carolina, you just say USC gonna win. I'm like, okay, which one? Because
that's what I'm saying. Outside of that, nobody calls them USC.
But then at the same time, you talking about the national champs who still, you know what I'm saying? They still only lost 2 games. So it's so when you say USC, it's like still it's like let me make sure. Listen, you know who I got.
Don Staley got that motherfucker rocking. You hear me? And with it's well deserved. You know what I'm saying? It's well earned. She got them girls playing like nobody's business. And I'm not taking nothing away from Don Staley and nobody that's on that team or been on that team or none of that. But you can go anywhere in America outside of South Carolina and nobody is going to think you talking about the Lady Gamecocks if you say USC. That's all I'm saying.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
However, I do have them in the finals, but I think this is Juju's year.
Okay.
I think Juju has the hype. Along with the hype, I think she's going to do what Caitlin Clark couldn't do and get that chip. And you know what I'm saying? She already breaking a record from Caitlin Clark. I think she's going to take that stardom that Caitlin Clark had and raise it. And it's going to be these next few years is going to be nice in women's basketball.
I think next year gonna be a year. I don't think she's
for sure. Like right now, she balling. But I'm gonna tell you this: Paigey Buckets. I'm not slighting her. I'm not slighting the young girl from Notre Dame. I'm not even slighting the one girl from South Carolina. She like Kyrie out there.
Hey, but Malaysia for Wally, man.
That's her name.
Yeah,
for Wally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need that jersey because she's tall. Hey, I seen her go tween on somebody twice. She did the hezzy and the step back, and old girl fell, and then she hit the jumper on her. Yeah, I was like, yeah, stop playing with her, bro. Stop playing with her, bro.
Yeah.
And it's another girl too. It's Juju, it's Paige, it's old girl from Notre Dame, it's for Wally, and
hey, boy, Katie Van Lit, but she
that's the one that went to was it LSU?
She was at LSU, yeah. Now she at TCU.
Hey, dog. Yeah. She's a dog at LSU, but
lefty too.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, the WNBA got some stars coming.
They coming, and I'm glad that they got some new teams too, man. So you can keep more of these girls here.
Cleveland got one coming.
And what was the other one?
I think Orlando got one coming.
Hold on, wait a minute. What was the other city? It wasn't Portland.
Golden State got one.
That's what it was.
Valkyries.
That's who it was. That's what I'm thinking about. They said it's 4. It's supposed to be like 4 over the next 6 years. So Golden State is the first one. I think Cleveland is the next one. I want to say Orlando is one of them. And then didn't Toronto get one? Was it Toronto?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
I feel like it was Toronto.
That'd be nice.
But
that'd be real nice. Open up the women's game. Now it's international.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, man. Oh, so I'm sorry, because this is not the right. What's the name?
Yeah, this ain't the right part.
Man, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. But I gotta say this though. The women's game has given me the excitement that the men's game should be giving me. And I understand why men's basketball viewership is down right now in college. Because you can't keep a star player in that motherfucker because they all either going there and going to the league or going there and they going to play for somebody else.
Yep.
Bring back that 4-year rule.
Well, that never happened, but yeah, it's just
I know that. I'm just saying. At least make them stay till sophomore year. The one and done, I'm not with that.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of these records gonna stay where they at because dudes ain't staying there long enough.
You know what I'm saying? As long as they don't touch JJ Redick record, we good.
I don't think nobody gonna get that one.
So
Jimmy Fredette too. I think a lot of people ain't gonna catch his stuff either.
Yeah, that's JJ Redick light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. JJ Redick is my all-time favorite college basketball player.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm a Duke fan.
That's
I don't know if you knew that about me.
I did not. That's a surprise to me.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I had I'll tell you how I became a Duke fan. Craziest way. So when I was little, my mom had one of my dad's old sweatshirts, and it happened to be a Duke sweatshirt.
Gotcha.
So as I grew older, because I had that sweatshirt, I just took on to school.
Gotcha.
And when I was like, I think I was in maybe 8th grade, 9th grade, when JJ and Sheldon Williams and all them was going off, man, greatest time to be a Duke fan.
Okay.
Greatest time to be a Duke fan. JJ Redick was shutting shit down. And then when he first dunked, yeah, I can talk about that all day though. But man, today, if you haven't read it and we just possibly just showed up on your speakers or on your TV or on your phone, you know what I'm saying? Because you was just, randomly listening to stuff. We are covering the Netflix documentary Chaos, the Manson murders. This documentary dropped, I believe it was this year. And it is basically surrounding the events of the murders and everything that surrounded the events of the murders, including interviews from Manson himself and the prosecutors and lawyers. I think it's a DA. There's some journalists.
The guy that wrote the book.
Yeah, the guy that wrote Helter Skelter. They're all in this.
And the dude that wrote this chaos documentary is like the white guy with the white hair. He wrote the book.
The Arrow dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't know this was a book. I thought this was a doc. But basically, it just talks about everything that was going on around the time of these specific murders of the Sharon Tate household and the LaBianca household.
Man,
so where do you want to start, bro? Where do you want to start with this?
All right, I'm gonna tell you where I want to start. Which I thought was interesting was at the very beginning of this doc. They say that so Manson was already in jail. I think it said he was in jail for 7 to 8 years.
Right.
So it's go time to release him. My dude say, I don't want to go. This is my home, and refused to sign a statement to leave. They had to force dude out of jail. I think you need to listen to people. If somebody say they don't want to leave jail, like, bro, I thought that was very interesting, and I never heard that before. And so,
real quick though, because this is what I wanted to know, and I couldn't find out. Was this before or after the whole race riot thing or the race war thing?
So It was in 67 because when he went to
So this is before then.
it was right at the time
Yeah.
because he went to San Francisco in
Right.
67 after
Okay.
he got out.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
And so that's when the whole hippie thing was
When he was
going on.
trying to he was trying to go against the Panthers.
Yeah. And so like I just thought that was interesting to hear that he wanted to stay in jail. And so he goes to fucking San Francisco. The whole hippie movement is going on. And then he was like, all of a sudden, these girls just started latching to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, they saying I'm a nice guy, but I'm not a nice guy. And he was like, so I'm just doing shit to, fuck around with him or whatever. I thought the clinic shit was very interesting.
Yes. Yeah, very much
That
so. Because you know
that
what
part,
was going on with the clinic shit, right?
well, yeah, I mean, and they was getting rid of STDs and that motherfucker. They was giving motherfuckers LSD. Like,
Nigga,
yo,
that was the MK Ultra shit.
well, that came. Hold on, wait a minute. Was that the same time period or was that later?
Yes. That's what
Okay,
that's where the LSD shit was. That's what the
yeah,
LSD shit was about.
yes, you're right, dude. That whole shit with fucking uh Lewis, you know what I'm saying? Quote Jolly motherfucking West.
Mm-hmm.
This yo, the government and the CIA was involved, bro.
And the
There's
man
some
shit.
there's too many coincidences that's going on with these motherfuckers.
Okay, talk to me.
Okay.
What are you talking
So you have all right. So you got West over here who
about?
works for the CIA,
Mm-hmm.
who we can't they they don't have necessarily evidence to say that they was in the same place at the same time, but the times overlap
Right.
when he was going to that hate art RB free clinic or whatever. Then you have Roger Smith, who was Manson's PO,
Mm-hmm.
who let him get away with everything.
Right.
Manson broke every fucking rule while he was on probation. And he kept writing these letters saying, oh, he's doing great, man. He's doing this, he's doing that, and all this type of stuff. It's like they was purposely keeping him out of jail. Anybody else who breaks their parole goes to jail. Why, when it come to Manson, they wouldn't put him back in jail? A
I
dude
tell
that
you
said
why.
he wanted to be in jail.
I tell you why.
Okay.
So when it comes to the clinic part, and this is the thing that struck me. When it comes to the clinic, and they were talking about the things that they were doing at the clinic. When they got to the LSD part, when they got to giving them LSD, I don't know if we covered this. I want to say we did cover it, but it was the documentary on Netflix where they were talking about the two. I think there was FBI agents, and one of them had jumped out the window and unalived himself. And he
Yeah,
remember
from
he was on the what's the name? He was on the They found him on the sidewalk and all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
Remember they were talking about the experiments that they were doing with LSD and music and all this other stuff
Yeah.
in that documentary. Well, that's the same clinic.
Yeah, they mentioned a dude jumping out of the building,
That was the dude
and they
from the
said,
other doc. That was the FBI agent or CIA agent or whatever he was. He was a government agent, and that's who they were talking about in there. So if Manson has something to do with that, and then these two guys have some type of connection to him, right?
Mhm.
Or the dude has some type of connection to him. I think he went to his PO, told his PO, "Hey, we conducted an experiment with him. We need you to keep him out as long as possible in order for us to get this." And at the time, you got to remember, if it's the CIA or the FBI, ain't nobody going against it.
Yeah.
We know what the CIA and the FBI was in the 60s and 70s and shit. Because these niggas was getting away with everything. Kill
Yep.
Kennedy, uh, uh, Martin, Malcolm. They were just offing people left and right.
Yeah.
Well, we know that this whole MK Ultra thing is not just about mind control. We know this is about having sleeper agents. We know this is about having, you know what I'm saying, pretty much spies and shit embedded in certain places in order to get the leg up on competition when it comes to war and government secrets and all this other shit. So we can always have one up on everybody else. Because this is at the either the start of the Cold War or at the height of the Cold War in the 60s, right? I do agree with you when you say you think that this is all government related. I think that this nigga Manson was under MK Ultra the whole time.
I think that's a possibility. And another thing that struck me about Dr. West was the whole shit of, so you have Lee Harvey Oswald shoots Kennedy. So he's walking out, you know what I'm saying, in police custody. Jack Ruby comes out, shoot him in front of everybody. They take Jack Ruby, put him in a fucking, you know what I'm saying, interrogation room. West flies from California to Dallas, and then all of a sudden, he crazy.
He don't know what's going on.
He's not in touch with reality.
Ain't that what they said? Ain't that what they said about old boy when he was the agent? He talking about he's going crazy. It's just like he don't know what's real and what's not. Come on,
yo, bro. I'm like, what
did
is
you
going
hear
on?
the shit that this nigga Manson was saying?
Yo, the thing about Manson, bro, when you listen to him talk, some of the shit sounds super crazy, but some of it make a lot of sense. It's like
when your brain has been fried and manipulated through LSD and fucking folk albums the whole goddamn time. Yeah, hell yeah, yes.
Yeah, that shit threw me for a loop, bro.
Why the fuck else? This is my thing. Why else do you go get an old movie set that looks like a ranch, and y'all out there the whole time doing nothing? Y'all just hippieing it out over campfires and folk songs, taking LSD. Come on, bro.
Yo, so did you ended up watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right?
I seen bits and pieces of it.
Okay, so for the people who never seen it, so Quentin Tarantino, the last movie he's done, right? Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. So the movie just starts out as just, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio, big actor, and Brad Pitt is his movie double, his stuntman.
Yeah.
So you thinking, oh, okay, cool, you know, whatever little movie about these two dudes, you know, they got this relationship, they are cool and shit, and then all of a sudden, Brad Pitt picks up a hitchhiker, takes the hitchhiker to that fucking ranch. Next thing you know, this shit turns into a fucking Manson movie, man. I'm like, yo, that shit was crazy. I did not see that coming at all. Like, that's what really took that, because honestly, the beginning of that movie to me, sorry, love you, Quentin, but the beginning of it's kind of boring. It's like, all right, you know, like what the fuck is going on?
But that's the beauty of it, though.
But once he took that girl to that ranch and started hanging out with these motherfuckers, that's when the movie really got good.
Hey, man, not for nothing. I never knew Sharon Tate was Roman Polanski's wife.
Okay, I didn't know that, but I did not know how fine she was.
Oh yeah, she was nice.
Everybody knows.
Yeah,
all these hoes ugly as fuck.
I did some research, and yeah, that movie she was in, yeah.
Valley of the Dog. Valley of the Dog Take. Yeah,
that movie is crazy. I say this. It's not what you think it is.
All right, I might have to check it out then.
It's a lot of titties.
I haven't seen it.
A lot of titties in that movie. I I don't know what the
Okay.
fuck was going on in the 60s with the free love shit, but titties was everywhere in the 60s.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's
You
my
wanna know?
era.
You wanna know another crazy fact, bro? That I did not know about this shit. Had no idea. Abigail Folger was murdered in
Bro,
this shit, and
my
she was the heir for
the
Folger's
Folgers fortune,
coffee,
bro.
bro. You want to talk about being unlucky?
No, not unlucky. Not unlucky. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think nothing about that was lucky. When
Well,
did hear me out?
okay,
Hear me out. We know who Roman Polanski is, right?
yes.
Okay. When did he get accused of everything he got accused of? Was that the 80s?
Might have been. I think so.
Safe to say that if you go back and look at the other girls in that whole situation, it was only 2 grown motherfuckers there. The rest of them look like teenagers.
What? No, because there was only one dude,
What?
Stephen Parent, that was 18, and at
That's
the time he was unidentified. Everybody else was
right.
grown.
Everybody else was what? Early 20s?
I didn't write down the ages, but I know. Well, I do remember somebody was 35.
That was the
The
one of the
Friar
dudes.
Kinski dude.
Yeah. That was the
Yeah.
other dude that was with that was in the room with Sharon Tate, right?
Yes.
Dude
Yes.
outside, the dude outside was like what, college age, and the Folgers girl was college. She was like what, 24?
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody was remote. Yeah, in their 20s and stuff like that. But it was
All I'm
one
saying
dude
is
that was
this:
in it.
what is this 18-year-old ass nigga doing in the house with fucking Sharon Tate and the heir to the Folgers fortune?
Don't know.
Then not only that, where the fuck is Roman Polanski?
Well, he wasn't there that day.
That's all I'm saying.
That's one thing that we do know. He was not there that day.
He's not there. Just so happened to not be there, huh?
Yeah. Man, like
Sharon Tate is at the house with some other grown ass man and all these young motherfuckers, and you just not there. Come on, bro.
well, the one guy was a stylist. The J guy.
Right, sure he was. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Just
stylist.
say.
Stylist.
Yeah, man.
He
He picked
was
the clothes
stylist.
out.
I bet he did. Come on, man. It's a lot of shady shit. That's all I'm saying.
It is.
They don't dive enough into the situation surrounding the shit because I'm trying to remember what was the reason for them even going to the Sharon Tate house.
Okay. I wasn't gonna go there yet, but okay. Let's get there. So
Yeah.
because we're gonna get deeper into what I'm about to say, but we'll
Yeah.
do a little bit right now.
Okay.
So Dennis Wilson, who was a part of the Beach Boys, right? So there was a time where Dennis Wilson rented out this lodge house, which was where Sharon Tate was.
Right.
So when the whole thing went down with Manson wanting his money, because initially he gave Dennis Wilson gave him $300.
Right.
But then Manson started to learn about the business and all this type of stuff. It's like, yo, like y'all use 2 of my songs. Like, yeah, people, I said that right.
Wanted to be an artist.
Yeah, wanted to be an artist. And y'all heard me correctly if you haven't seen this. The Beach Boys used 2 of Charles Manson's songs.
Not only
on
that,
an album.
Not only that, he was still writing for them motherfuckers too.
Yeah.
And he wrote for the Beatles.
No, he didn't write for the Beatles.
No, yes, he did. They used some lyrics.
They used a song. Yeah.
He wrote for the Beatles.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Shit, I forget what it was called. Seas or something. Oh no, well, anyway, so when he was asking Dennis for his money, he's like, yo, give me what I'm owed. Dennis like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here.
All right.
So the last place that Manson knew he lived at was at that lodge. And so when he sent them there, they said, "Go kill him." And they was like, "What if somebody else is in the house? Kill everybody that's in the house.
Get my fucking money."
So they just happened to be there. So Manson did not know that he didn't live there anymore.
Right.
So initially, these people really got killed.
That was the last place.
That's the last place that he knew that he lived. Yeah,
because he brought him there. See, this is the thing. All of this shit is way too fucking iffy, bro. All of this shit is way too iffy. Because first and foremost, what the fuck is the nigga from the Beach Boys doing with fucking Charles Manson?
Okay, so the dude from the Beach Boys used to hang out. Yeah, he used to hang out with Greg Jacobson.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm lying. It was this dude named Bobby. It was Bobby something. Mm-hmm. So Bobby was in the business. He was friends with Dennis. Introduced. So Bobby knew Manson and knew Dennis. And he introduced them together. It was like, hey, yo, this dude do music. You know, he's trying to get into the business, all this type shit. So he was playing music for them. And look, gotta say it. And I think that this is one of those things, so people don't kill me. You know how people say, Adolf Hitler, like, yeah, asshole, all the type of shit, whatever. Exactly, great artist. Yeah. Some of these songs didn't sound bad.
No, all of the songs were good.
Like, I gotta be honest.
Because all this nigga wanted to do was make music. And if you've ever watched any Manson documentary, that's all this shit was ever about. If they would have just gave this nigga a chance, Sharon Tate would still probably be alive. Old girl would be living in fame with the Forgers Company. Shit would have been sweet.
Yeah.
It's Dennis' fault.
So like I say, so they had Manson in the studio. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Doing all this shit. So he was the one to introduce them or whatever. And the Beach Boys, the rest of the crew, was kind of pissed off of like how much money Dennis was spending with, you know what I'm saying, all of these, they're basically taking care of all these people.
Yeah, and he wasn't doing shit.
Yeah. And so my whole thing was, and I'm with you. Like, I think it was the Terry guy. It was Terry Melker. Mm-hmm. He was a music producer, and he was just like, bro, I don't know what to do with you.
Right.
He was like, you got talent, but I don't know what to do with you. So it was like one of the.
It was the look. He didn't have no look.
Crazy. So it was
crazy.
And then you got all these girls. You basically got a coat over here. Like, what am I supposed to do with you? Like, I'm not really sure. So I think that, like you said, if he would have got a record deal, I think a lot of this, really, none of this shit really would have happened. Or at least if Dennis would have just gave him what he owed him.
Right.
Like, give the man the money. Like, don't sit here. So they did Seize the Exit, which was one of Manson's songs, and Never Learn Not to Love, which was one of Manson's songs. And Dennis put himself down as the credit. So he was the one that was getting the royalties off that shit. So screwed him out of his money. So it really kind of sounds like, bro, like you said, if they would have gave him what he wanted.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility this shit wouldn't happen.
It's a slight possibility that this nigga takes his coat and travels across America singing these motherfucking songs. And at the time, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think, see, this is the thing. This is the thing that confused me. I always wonder why. Why the fuck did this nigga Charles Manson always talk about starting a race war? Okay,
so that part kind of threw me off as well, because
let me land real quick.
Okay,
and this is watching this. I kind of felt like he felt like they did him like how they did like the Temptations and all of them. Because remember, it was in the 60s. It was a point in time where black artists would make music, and then they would take that music and give it to white artists to re-record, and that shit was skyrocket and sell and go crazy. But the black artist wasn't, you know what I'm saying, getting they just do. And I
Yeah.
feel like he felt like a black artist. And he was like, you know, it's of course it's the 60s, so he like, you not about to treat me like that. Like no N-word. And
That's it.
that kind of added some resentment with the, you know. Well, I mean, I don't know if he was racist or not. It's the 60s, so I'm gonna kind of go ahead and like give him that. But
It's interesting take. Interesting
yeah,
take. And I got a rebuttal.
okay.
And before we get to that rebuttal,
Gotta pay
gotta
some
tell these
bills.
people about W Energy, man.
Yes, sir.
And if y'all are tired of expensive energy drinks, you know what I'm saying, with little to no results, then W Energy got you covered with a selection of energy or hydration drink mix, which I am on watermelonade or whatever. They got like a crazy name, but it's basically watermelon lemonade.
You got the
Um,
hydration, right?
yeah, I got the hydration drinks. I try to stay away from energy, but
For
these
sure.
hydration drinks are good with different unique flavors, great tasting flavors, no jitters, no crash, zero sugar, zero filters, just clean energy.
That's right, man. And with ingredients like coffee fruit extract and a multitude of B vitamins, W is the best choice for you of energy or hydration. You can even get a cool shaker to mix your drink in. I got mine right here. I'm not on any blue raspberry energy tonight because I'm trying to get some sleep. I will say this, it works. Just know it works. You would definitely be up. Um, but all of these shakers have designs that are inspired by other creators, uh, anime shows, and even video games. Right now, W has this cool line of energy flavors with the anime solo leveling, and they also got the shakers with the solo leveling anime designs on them. So if you are a solo leveling fans, go over to w.gg. You know what I'm saying? Use the code VAPOD. You can get 10% off your order. That's w.gg with the code VAPOD. You can get 10% off your order. Fuel up and stay focused with W.
Okay. So Manson had, and one of the reasons why I think he did it is this is why I say I think the government was involved,
Okay.
because around this time we all know how heavy COINTELPRO was.
Big, big,
So
big, big.
so now COINTELPRO, you also got to understand they didn't just use it on black figures like, you know what I'm saying, Fred Hampton, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Like, he used it against the women's movement. He used it against the whole hippie movement and all this type shit. So this is why I think it correlates. Dr. West worked for the CIA for 15 years, right? You also had the MK Ultra shit that was going on from 1953 to 1964
Right.
with the whole mind control shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I think, my personal opinion, that Manson was involved in some of this shit. So I think that he ended up learning a little bit more about, the whole rise of a black messiah. He's seeing that gaining progress and all this type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So Manson says, I'm gonna kill a Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Come up on this dude, Bernard Crowe. Had no idea. My man was just a drug dealer that looked the part. He looked like he was with the Black Panthers because it was a fashionable thing for someone in the San Francisco area to, you know what I'm saying, the black leather coat with the, you know what I'm saying, with the black joint.
Right.
So now this dude says, at first he didn't, but once the dude pressed him, he's like, yeah, Manson shot me.
Mm-hmm.
Manson never go to jail for that shit.
Not for shooting no goddamn Black Panther.
So, but I'm gonna tell you something that made no sense.
Mm-hmm.
For the people who, look, I'm just like that. You know, I studied them. I watched a lot of documentaries on them, and I just know about them. So the Black Panthers was primarily known, at least for the general public, is for policing the police. That's what most people kind of know him for.
Right.
A lot of people don't really know about the breakfast programs and the free clinics and all that type of stuff. A lot, like the general public, don't know about that type of stuff. But for the most part, police to police, right? You, as a Manson, really thought that, all right, we're gonna write "Death to Pigs," put panther paws on the wall, rise, and all this shit, and think that the police is gonna say, "Oh, Black Panther just came to this white neighborhood and just slaughtered everybody with fucking knives and shit." Like,
see, you thinking that somebody from 2025. That's what you're doing. You thinking that somebody from 2025. You got to think about somebody that's in 1960s. You got to remember, all they wanted was a reason to do anything to these motherfuckers. Because not only did the FBI not fuck with them, not only did the CIA not fuck with them, the local police did not fuck with them. The local government did not fuck with the Panthers.
No.
Remember, any little small thing that they could have did, they would have did to them. Remember, they was pulling them over for little to nothing.
True. But it just, I mean, now, did they frame a lot of people? I mean, even Rodney King, the evidence was blatantly in your face, and all those cops got off. I get what you're saying, but it's just like, for any regular prosecutors, like, bro, like, this don't even make sense. Like, first of all, they shoot people. They don't even stab people. Like, it just didn't make sense to try to frame that shit on the Panthers.
It did. Because what you got to remember is this. Remember, we talking about niggas that's dealing with the MK Ultra shit. We talk about niggas that's dealing with possibly behind the scenes government people, right? Not only that, at the time, the FBI is trying to get rid of this shit. They putting out all kind of propaganda against the Panthers, all kind of propaganda against any kind of black leader, any of this shit. We know what the 60s was like. We done covered countless movies with it. We already know how they did Fred Hampton. All Fred Hampton did was going around and just give speeches. You know what I'm saying? That's all he was doing, was going around and give speeches. He wasn't shooting nobody. He wasn't doing nothing crazy. He was giving speeches, opening up free clinics, giving out free breakfast, doing what the Panthers been doing for years. We know what the Panthers was about. Protecting the people. They of the people, for the people. So they get there, they see pig and all this other shit. They looking. This is a perfect way to say, or put in the newspaper, whatever. A group of Panthers suspected of killing these people. Now, the whole outlook of the Panthers is a totally different look, right? Compared to the back and forth of, well, they just trying to, protect their people, but yeah, they cop killers and all this other stuff and all this, like, ain't no more back and forth now, because now it's a possibility that these killers could be Black Panthers. Because the whole thing is they trying to make it a whole revolutionary movement. They trying to keep saying, they keep calling it a revolutionary movement. But really, these are just people that are just trying to make sure that the community is safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could equate the Panthers, if you know anything about the Panthers, you could really equate them to Neighborhood Watch.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they were.
Yeah, but the government is trying to, make them using the propaganda of it's a militant revolutionary group. And what better way to further that point than to say it's a possibility that these people could have been killed by the Black Panther organization, the terrorist Black Panther organization. You know what I'm saying? So him using that, it makes sense for him to use that.
I mean, it does. I hear what you're saying, but it was just like, to me, like, that's like one of those things where you have a serial killer who, I don't know, kill every woman and clean them and put makeup on them, right? And then all of a sudden, let's say there's 4 murders of that, and then all of a sudden you get a body and this person was drugged through mud and all this type of shit, and it's like, hey, we got a serial killer out. It's the same guy. It's like, well, obviously that's not his MO.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's different because that
Yeah,
ain't the MO. You could say it's the MO because of the verbiage being used about pigs and all this other shit, the
yeah,
rich and because remember, you got to also remember too that they were connecting any kind of black revolutionary movement to communism. So if they killing the rich, that makes sense if they connecting them to communism because communism is where everybody eat. It ain't
true.
capitalism. You feel me? So this is a really on paper, this is a great move. The execution is stupid as fuck.
It is.
Yeah,
So
the execution is what fucked it up.
you have okay. So first you have the Bobby guy.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bobby guy, him and Manson get into it,
Mm-hmm.
and
As they should.
so
Because where the
Manson
fuck is his
tell
money?
so he gets into it with the guy,
Right.
and so Bobby ended up killing somebody,
Mm-hmm.
ended up getting arrested for it. Fucking August
6.
6th.
Yeah.
The fucking murders go down August 9th of
Mm-hmm.
69, right? So my whole reason of bringing all that shit up was for the simple fact of, first of all, he would have been with that crew if that shit didn't happen.
Right.
But so August 9th, 1969. So Manson them, and then so you have the two murders. You have the Tate House and you have the, what is it, La Blanca?
La Bianca.
La Bianca, right?
Mm-hmm.
15 miles away from each other where that shit happened.
Mm-hmm.
First thing they tried to say was the shit wasn't connected.
Yeah, they said
which
these two are totally different killers.
which is crazy as fuck. How
the
many
same-
murders do you
same
how many murders you
mistake.
get, and you get somebody to get blood and write shit on the wall
Come on, man. And
15
then
miles away from each other?
pour into the nigga chest.
You know what I'm saying? So then, in all stabbings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Arrest Manson them. This is the crazy part. Months later,
Mm-hmm.
this is the, I didn't know about this. I didn't know that they got arrested months later.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up 3 days, bro, locked up for 3 days. Let all these motherfuckers out.
Absolutely.
And then pressure, and then they go to the ranch and lock all these motherfuckers up again.
Because they seen the shit that's going on at the ranch. These freaky motherfuckers is having orgies, doing LSD, listening to these fucking folk tunes, getting fucked into a goddamn hypnosis to go
Did
kill
you
people.
hear what the one girl said? What that dude said? This girl got on the diving board, said, "Fuck me, feed me, and keep me high, bro."
Come on, my nigga. If this ain't a cult, what is?
Yeah, crazy as fuck. And so I'm sitting here, and this is another reason to make me think that the government was involved. Why you have
Mm-hmm.
a 8.5 month pregnant woman who's an actress, famous. You got a fucking stylist. You got the heir to Folgers Coffee.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, these ain't just regular people.
Right.
Just murdered.
The La Biancas wasn't either.
True. And we go for months with no arrest.
Because that's why I said the whole Black Panther thing, I think they was trying to figure out how to make it seem as if that was the thing. And I felt like they couldn't get it to where they felt like it would stick. So they had to just go ahead and get Manson in them. They had to.
It's possible. It's possible. But
They had
like
to.
man, it's just crazy to me, dude. It's wild to just really look back and think like, bro, you got the fucking, now I'm not a Beach Boys fan, but I know how popular they were. To think that they was involved and the Beatles was involved, like their name just being involved in this shit is crazy to me.
Not shocked. Not shocked at all. You got to remember the 60s was the singer-songwriter era.
I mean, it was,
So
but I mean, but you
I'm
know,
sure you could go to the store and find a motherfucker with a guitar. No, I mean, I ain't even being funny. I'm being dead ass serious. Around that time, I'm sure you could have went to anywhere and found a motherfucker with a guitar that was like, "Yo, I make music." Think about it. We talking about the time of Jim Croce. We talking about the time of Bob Dylan. We talking about the time of fucking uh Janis Joplin, fucking like you said, the Beach Boys, the Beatles, like all of them, Cat Stevens, all them motherfuckers was doing was playing guitar and singing.
yeah, Mick Jagger and all that type shit. Um,
That was different. Them niggas had a band.
they did have a band.
Yeah, and
So
Motown was different too.
yeah, did you ever watch the show called Aquarius?
No, you told me about that. You was telling me about
Okay,
that.
so Aquarius got my dude from the X Files, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Aquarius is a show where so the guy from the X Files, he was a cop in I think in San Francisco and single. Well, I think he was going through a divorce, and so he was fucking this one lady, but she was like rich lady. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Maybe I think maybe her money came from her husband, but she was just cheating on him and all this type of shit or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, the connection is the lady that he was fucking daughter joins Manson. So really, like every time they showed Manson, bro, like a lot of the time, this motherfucker had a goddamn guitar in his hand. Like a majority of the time, he's like you said, playing music around a campfire and all this type shit. So, but Aquarius was a dope show. I think they end up having like 2 seasons of that shit. But
Mm-hmm.
so if y'all really like a Manson fan, that's a really good show to watch. But like you said, this it's been spoken and see. I've never seen other than this doc anyone go in depth with his music.
Right.
Like we've always
'Cause
heard
he had
like
two albums
little.
out.
Was it two? Because I know he had the demo. He recorded the demo album.
Well, demos. He had two demos out.
Okay,
Yeah.
so and he and they played a lot of that shit,
Mhm.
which was cool. But also the whole mind control shit,
Yeah.
right? Where they kept talking about the Manchurian Candidate. Now they kept showing the one that came out back in the day, and I've seen it before, but I went back. So this whole stuff had me interested. I was like, man, let me go back and watch this movie over again. First of all, let me mention the cast crazy, and I didn't realize it when I watched it when I was younger how dope the cast was. You had Denzel Washington, you had Meryl Streep, you had Lee Schreiber, you had his brother Pablo Schreiber in it.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Mackie was in this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh man, I forget what the other dude. John Voight was in this shit.
Mm.
Yo, this movie was crazy.
What movie
So
was this?
basically, the Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, the
Damn, he had
cast
all
was
them?
crazy. Yeah, everybody was in that shit. So if nobody never seen this movie, so basically you have Denzel Washington who was the captain or something or whatever in the
Mhm.
military, and so Lee Schreiber character was rich kid, mom, dad, famous of being politicians,
Yep.
congressmen, all types of shit like that. So what made him special was he just graduated from Harvard and just joined the army. So my interpretation of the movie is they come up with this experiment to, what I'm saying, what was it? The MK Ultra shit,
Yeah, it was
where
MKO.
they basically they're gonna plant chips in them and basically have mind control, so we can kind of really put someone in office that we can control, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what they do is they fuck with these motherfuckers' memory, make them they plant a memory in their head that they was in Kuwait. This whole ambush happens, and Lee Schreiber saves the fucking day or whatever.
Right.
Well, these dudes started having memories where they thought that they were dreams, but the shit never happened. They basically was in the lab the whole damn time.
Mm-hmm.
And like the whole purpose of the movie was to make him look like a war hero. Your dad was a congressman, your mom's a congress lady.
Because he was
You're
supposed
a
to be
great
like president. He was trying to run for
what
president or something, right?
well, he ended up being vice president.
Yeah.
And what Denzel's job was to do was to shoot the president,
Mm-hmm.
and then Lee Schreiber would step into
Right.
the president. Because I think they knew that we can't just give this dude the president. Like, so we have to let him in as vice and then shoot the president. And so now we got someone in office that we can control.
Absolutely.
Shit ain't far-fetched, bro.
Not at all.
Like, I can see the government trying to do some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not shocked, bro. Especially after. First off, I've been hearing about MK Ultra my whole life. So knowing that the government can do some shit like that. If you don't believe the government would do some shit like that, then go look up a little experiment that they held in Alabama called the Tuskegee experiment. And find out about that. And you'll see that the government does things that we would deem unthinkable, right? That we would deem immoral and everything. They do these type of things. We had a whole war that wasn't even a war. The Cold War was not a fucking war. It was just a beef with Russia this whole time. And it still goes on to this day. We still beefing with Russia for nothing. So much so that they made so much propaganda that they made the Red Dawn movie. So we would be like, nah, we don't fuck with Russia. So they go put the Russian in Rocky. So you don't fuck with Russia throughout this time. So between the 60s and the 80s, they made all this propaganda that the Russians were the bad guy, the big red monster. They made the Russians the bad guy this whole time. That's just how they did the people. Just through copious amounts of propaganda. Imagine what they did to people that they can actually get and test and send through shit. And come on, bro. Nah, this ain't far-fetched at all, my nigga.
You want to know what's crazy about what you said that you skipped over? Because, like, I think the government was like, all right, we got to find a way to make black people not like Russians. So we going to kill Apollo Creed and then have Rocky go avenge him.
You know what?
Okay.
Not for nothing. Not for nothing. That's not far-fetched.
I'm just saying it was a thought. It was a thought.
However, though, this was the thing that always made me weary and curious, right? Anytime you would hear about like the Black Panthers and stuff like that, right? That communism word always came through. Like that communism word was like attached to him. They called Martin Luther King a communist. They called the Muslims a communist, all that shit, right? Remember in Judas and the Black Messiah what they was calling each other?
They were calling boy, I was about to say the wrong thing. Shit, I just watched it.
It's calling each other comrade.
Yeah, damn.
Come on, man. That's propaganda. Yeah. Propaganda.
Yeah.
You really think they're calling each other comrade? A bunch of niggas. A Russian name? Come on, man. What we doing? The fuck is we doing, bro?
Man, they call them comrade, man, because they was militant, man.
All right, bro. All right, my nigga. I ain't never heard two black people call each other comrade. You know who I heard call somebody, hey, this is my comrade, such and such. You know who I heard call? What? They didn't look like me. Let's just say that. Ain't no black man ever called each other comrade unless that nigga lives in Russia and is in the Russian military.
Man, look,
that nigga ain't Spetsnaz. He never said that shit, bro.
I feel you. But look, all of this shit to me is very, very skeptical, man.
For sure.
And I don't know, because this is the thing. Like, Charles Manson might have been a perfect mold. Like, that's just like we've had this conversation on a Patreon episode, by the way, where I think Lee Harvey Oswald was a fall guy. I think that he was just a perfect guy to try to say, because like the whole shit of him going to Russia,
K Ultra.
okay, so he's bouncing around the military, whatever, not being accepted out of this shit, goes to fucking Russia. They say he's a traitor, comes back with a wife, you know what I'm saying, spend time in Cuba and all this shit. They just looked at it like, yo, this is the perfect guy to pin some shit on. We're gonna pin this whole shit on him, and then we're gonna get somebody, Jack Ruby, to shoot him just in case he talks.
And how do you have that whole plan fall through? MK Ultra. Because see, this is the thing. I think people don't understand what mind control is, right? And I think people have this false sense of what mind control is because of like movies and TV and shit. Mind control ain't like a nigga like clicking on the song and then you turn into another motherfucker and then you just go start doing shit. He turn it off and you like, well, what happened? That's not mind control. Mind control is years and years and years of programming, right? Years and years and years of programming. And you start thinking a certain way, you start acting a certain way, you start seeing things and you start reacting a certain way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect example. You probably know this because you live in the South. And you probably heard this before too. Do you know why the whole stereotype of black people and watermelon started?
I mean, I've heard the tales.
What have you heard?
Well, just basically watermelon was, well, at least from what I heard, just like watermelon was one of the only things to keep them hydrated, basically, because watermelon it's called watermelon because it's majority water. Like the shit is just a hydration, basically.
That's true.
Like a whole thing.
That's not it. So during the time of Reconstruction, right? This is right after slavery when all the slaves get released and everything else. This is anybody can go research this and figure this out for themselves. But during the time of Reconstruction, you have a bunch of skilled labor workers. That's crazy. Skilled laborers, right? Who have no employment. You have a bunch of people who need employees because they just had to release everybody that they had. They was getting free labor off these motherfuckers. But you got all these motherfuckers that just got released that know how to do everything. They know how to work with their hands. They know how to farm. They know how to cook, clean, they do all this, right? And so what ends up happening is they all start creating their own small communities. The slaves go out and create their own small communities. In the midst of going to create their own small communities, what ends up happening is that now the slave owners' communities aren't thriving like they used to. And so one of the things that black people would do was they would sell, their produce, right? That's where like farmers markets and shit come from. They would sell their produce. Well, one of the major things that they would sell was watermelons. Because shit, it's hot. Like you said, motherfucker, it's hydration. It stay cold in the summertime. It's one of those things that you ain't got to do too much with. You just got to grow that motherfucker. Black people start making hella money off watermelons. This is a thing. This is real shit. They start making a lot of money off watermelons. So the government goes and slave owners and all them go, hey man, they making too much motherfucking money. We got to find a way to end this shit. They start coming out with propaganda about black people eating watermelons. So what do? You start seeing cartoons where this African looking nigga is killing the fucking watermelon in one swipe and all this other shit. They start calling them nigga apples, all this other shit. Well, now, because of the propaganda that's going on, white people ain't going to get the watermelons from the black people no more. They're not making as much money. So now it's not as profitable. So you make watermelon still because you still sell them throughout the community and everything else. It's just not as prominent as it once was. So now it's a whole thing of just niggas love watermelons because over the years it get watered down into just propaganda, and nobody's explaining what's going on. So now you just got this thing in your head that niggas love watermelons.
Mm-hmm.
When the truth of the matter is that it was a very profitable thing for us, and because it was profitable for us, they was like, nah, we not letting them get no money off of that. So imagine generations and generations go past, and this propaganda is going out about how much niggas love watermelon. You seeing it in cartoons, you seeing it on posters and books and all this other shit, and nobody else is explaining it to you, and you just left up your interpretation. So now we grow up thinking niggas love watermelon, niggas love grape Kool-Aid, niggas love chicken.
Yeah, propaganda.
You know what I'm saying? So if you think that's MK Ultra, that's exactly what MK Ultra is. Years and years of programming, making you designed for you to think with no explanation, and you take it in your own interpretation. It's telling you what to think, so you take that as fact, and that's how you start reacting. Remember back in the day where they used to be like, yeah, man, you know, you walk down the street and a white woman see you, she clutch her purse and go across the street. You start hearing that so much that when you see a nigga walk up, you start clenching up like, oh, wait a minute, who the fuck is this nigga? You start thinking that. Yeah. But you ain't necessarily scared. You know this nigga probably ain't gonna do nothing to you, but because you've heard it so much, it's been repeated so much, you start thinking that. That's MK Ultra.
And the interesting thing about, well, first of all, most people, especially Americans, are natural born followers. That's number one. Like a lot of people need someone to lead them. What's interesting about Manson's situation, and that's kind of different from a Jim Jones, David Koresh, all this type of shit,
right?
Is you have the LED, well, the LSD, excuse me, you got the LSD and the MK Ultra shit. That's a little different with his situation. Then because
I'm gonna let you land,
but like because as far as I know, now maybe the Jim Jones thing, maybe there was some drug usage there.
Nigga, it was a major drug in that motherfucker.
But the David Koresh situation, it wasn't.
Right.
But these motherfuckers was following. Just as strong, really. Like, I mean, they shot it out and fucking held this damn place, you know what I'm saying, tight knit, but they didn't let nobody in. They held the FBI out, you know what I'm saying, for days.
That's a drug too, but go ahead.
It's different type. But like I said, it's mind control. But I think with the LSD being involved in this situation, I think that's why these people rode as hard as they did.
I think it made it easier.
Exactly. And then for these people to, I mean, stab a fucking 8.5-month pregnant woman like 17 times. Like, yo, that's some sick shit. And then they talked to the girls. They had no remorse.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, whatever. Like, you know, Charlie wanted us to do it, so, you know, I had to do it. And the one girl was like, he wanted me to get my hand dirty, so I just rolled the girl over, stabbed her 17 times in the back.
You know what the real drug and all this shit is, bro?
What's that?
Belief. That's what the drug is. It's belief. Jim Jones get a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Niggas get to start talking about God. Start talking about shit out the Bible. Motherfuckers get to believe in them. That's all this shit is the drug is belief. Belief is the strongest drug ever created. If you get a motherfucker to believe you, you get a motherfucker to do anything.
Man, you think I don't know, bro? They got people in the 13 colonies,
come on, man,
in the South to fight for the right for rich white people to keep their slaves when they broke as fuck.
You talking about and they land. Because if you don't, they're gonna take everything from you. They ain't gonna take shit from us. They're gonna take shit from you.
And then the crazy part, we're gonna send our soldiers to
Mhm.
your land,
Mhm.
steal your food, fuck your wife, but you fighting for this rich man to keep his plantation and his slaves.
Come on, man.
It's bully, yo.
Hey,
The
hey,
mind is
to this
crazy.
day, to this day, to this day, we got a billionaire for a president, but he gonna
Yeah,
do something for the common people. Come on, bro.
yeah, and they believe it. Yo, bro, I saw a
Niggas
dude
a
today,
billionaire. This
bro.
nigga went into bankruptcy, so he didn't have to pay the niggas that built his tower. But he
Yeah,
gonna do something for the common man.
yo, listen. I passed the dude today on the bike, bro. He's
Mhm.
on the bike, big ass beard and shit. He had a dog in his. He had like a little pouch thing. He had a
Yeah.
little chihuahua in there riding his bike and shit.
Mhm.
Smelled like ass. That's a homeless guy. You know what he
Mhm.
had on his head?
MAGA. Hey man, listen.
Hey, bro.
Belief.
Yo, it's wow,
It's a
bro.
hell of a drug. It's a hell of a drug. You can
Yeah.
make a motherfucker. You can make a motherfucker believe. Hey man, you're not better than me. But you see that guy right there? Damn sure better than him. Ain't better than me though. But him, you were better than him 1,000 times. Let's not give him shit. Let's take everything he got.
Yo, man,
I'm gonna
this
give you
dude.
10% of it though, so you'll have something. But let's take everything he got. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
the power of the mind is crazy. And
that's
like even still, like for him to be able to, you know what I'm saying, to create this following
mm-hmm,
with help, because I'm telling you, that West guy, Dr. West,
mm-hmm. Laid out that
that
blueprint,
that
ain't
that that motherfucker need to be locked up.
it? Laid out that blueprint, ain't it?
That dude need to be locked up, bro.
Hey man,
For
hey,
him to
let me tell you
skate
something.
free,
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you how I know mind control exists. This you want to talk about MK Ultra? I'm gonna tell you what real MK Ultra is. All right, fuck all that nigga and watermelon shit. Real MK Ultra, go to the tracks.
you talking about the racetracks?
I'm talking about the
What tracks?
tracks. I'm talking about the tracks where the hoes be at. Go to the track.
Oh,
You talking about some MK Ultra? Yeah. I'm gonna go work and bring this motherfucker the money back,
yeah.
hoping
I'm a
that he gonna take care of me. Come on, my nigga.
yeah. I'm gonna
Pimping,
go
pimping is
lay.
MK Ultra to the finest.
Yo, goes all the way back to Jack the Ripper, bro. That's
Hey,
how old pimping is.
hey, you if y'all want to see what MK Ultra is, go watch what's that movie, American Pimp, or whatever that shit is. Go, I think it's called American Pimp. Go watch that. That's motherfucking MK Ultra. For a motherfucker to come get you and tell you, hey, listen, you gonna work for me. You are gonna go out there and have sex for money. You're gonna bring that money back to me, and I'm gonna divvy this money up with y'all. And you just gonna keep going out there and you know what I'm saying? You're gonna keep going out there and hooking off, and
Mhm.
we gonna be rich one day. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to watch the movie, that's fine. Read Iceberg Slim's book. When Dave Chappelle told that, well, he made it a joke, but he basically told the story of he said they got what 10,000 in them. He said he
Mhm.
created a whole scenario where she felt like she killed somebody because she was coming up on her 10,000. She felt like she killed somebody. He ran off with her to a whole nother place. And he was like, look, you're gonna have to stay with me for the time being. So you know what we gotta do. She was like, yeah, I do whatever. And 10,000 more was on her. Nigga, if that ain't MK Ultra, come on, man. All she had to do was just go tell the police. It was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so if you don't think MK Ultra exists, then I don't know. Maybe you're in the wrong places in Earth. But I know that shit exists. I've seen it firsthand.
I Nah, I believe you. And I just think that some of the people, and this is always the case, bro. Like it's people who are involved that got power that don't
Mm-hmm.
never get any time. You know what I mean? Or no type
Hey,
of repercussions or none of
they
that
got
type
their
shit.
hands in too many pots. They got their hands in too many pots.
Because I think West, I think some shit should have happened to West. I think some shit should have
Mhm.
happened to Roger Smith too. Because
Absolutely.
Roger Smith was working as his PO, keeping him out of jail.
Dennis has need to go to jail.
Dennis did go to jail. Oh, no, not Dennis. I'm sorry. Dennis,
Dennis should have been in jail.
but you know what? The thing about Dennis is in the music industry.
He was
And the
robbing.
music industry robs everybody.
Exactly. His ass need to be in jail. He
So
was robbing that man blind.
so that's what makes his situation interesting because of the whole thing of like you got because Dennis can say, "Hey, I gave him $300. I gave him something. I didn't tell." And what he didn't realize was Charlie ended up learning more about the business and was like, "Yo, this $300 ain't shit."
That ain't the nigga for one song. It wasn't shit.
You know what I'm saying? And then, but I also think what Dennis also was trying to say was, I gave you $300 for the song.
Mm-hmm.
That cabin that he rented out, Dennis was paying for all that shit. So Dennis is probably like, yo, look, I rented this cabin out for you.
Hey man,
So
I don't give a fuck about the cabin. I want my money. You know what I'm saying?
I-
You're right. He could definitely say some shit like that. But
yeah,
I'm with Charles Manson on that. Give me my motherfucking pay.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you pay for this mansion. Nigga, you pay for this mansion so I come up here and work. I'm working. Give me my money. You know what I'm saying? Because he told him. He said, hey, man, I'm in here writing these motherfucking songs and I go, where my money? They talk about what money? What you mean, what money? You know who you talking to? You know who you dealing with? I'm Charles Manson. You know what I'm about to do? Give me my money.
Manson said, yo, I got you living in a house with 17 women, willing to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
they diving off the board, off the diving board, talking about feed me and fuck me, keep me high.
Yeah,
where you gonna find these at? If it ain't Charles Manson. And he writing you songs? Yeah, nah. Dennis either got to get his ass whooped or he got to get locked up. I'm sorry. I prefer him to be locked up.
I think Dennis does deserve
come on, man,
some accountability here.
Because if he fucking Charles Manson over, what he doing to the rest of the Beach Boys? Where them royalties at? Who got the motherfucking masters? That's what I want to know.
No, did you know Kevin Love uncle is one of the members of the Beach Boys?
Kevin Love looks like a Beach Boy. That nigga looked like he was in the Beach Boys. Yeah.
I want to know what he know. Kevin Love got stories. We need to have him on the podcast.
Have you seen him online?
Nah.
Man, follow Kevin Love. That's all I'm gonna say. You talk about a good time, follow Kevin Love, bro. This nigga just he is the internet master. Follow him, bro. He does some great work. But nah, I'm not surprised by that at all.
Nah, but yeah, shout out to Kevin Love. But yo, I think Dennis. But the thing is, Dennis done what a lot of people do. I think there's a lot of people who was in the Charles Manson situation. Like you were saying, you kind of said it earlier. I think there's a lot of people who either wrote some songs or even a situation where a man that's just, you know what I'm saying, on the street playing the guitar, singing a song, and it could have been a dude that's in the music industry, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to jack that whole shit.
Bruh, that's what they do.
And take it to a studio, and next thing you know, that shit is on the radio.
And you don't, and this nigga just walking around, he ain't got nowhere to live. This nigga living in a Volkswagen van on the beach with his guitar every day, and he hear his song on the radio. He's like, hey man, that's my song. They like, man, it's a goddamn song, man. That's Janis Joplin. Get the fuck out of here. Man, you just heard me singing. You just gave me $1 for singing it the other day, man. What are you talking about? That's what I was singing, motherfucker. You weren't listening? Yeah, man. I'm not surprised. Yeah. Listen, the music industry is treacherous, bro. I'm talking about you want a good documentary, just make a documentary called The Music Industry. And that shit is gonna be 6 parts long, 2 hours apiece.
Hey, that's gonna be the next Made in America, bud.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, bro. They done stuck, bro. You could just do a documentary on Motown alone, bro. Do you remember the Little Richard movie with Leon?
I didn't watch it.
Oh my god! it's a scene in there, right?
Mhm.
It's a scene in there where Lord Richard he did Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti is a hit, but it's it's an urban hit. It's a black hit, R&B or whatever they was calling it back then. They had 1,000 names for it. Well, this nigga got the headphones on. He listening to the music, but he's singing into the microphone. The other dude is in the other dude is in the other room with the headphones on, listening to Lil Richard sing.
Mhm.
So Lil Richard, he's singing, and the dude is singing it with him, but he can't keep up. So they like, Richard, you gotta slow down. You gotta slow it down. So he like, all right. So the music come on and he's singing it. He pacing it out. So the white dude is in there. He taking all the seasoning out that motherfucker. So eventually, this nigga Lil Richard get pissed. He like, what the fuck am I doing? This nigga just turned it up. He put all the sauce on it. Man, that nigga was in that motherfucker. Like, he took them headphones. I can't do this. I don't know. I can't keep up with this nigga, man. Listen to this shit. Somebody come put the headphones on. I don't know what he's saying. How the fuck am I supposed to sing this shit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what they do, bro. Think about all of those hits back in the day, bro. Like from the 60s. What? Not even. I ain't even going back far enough. The 40s, 50s, 60s. All them songs that they made, bro. And think about how all them motherfuckers was redone by some motherfucking ragtag ass doo-wop group that don't nobody know. And all of a sudden, these niggas just got a hit. They got a hit. They ain't had a hit at all. All the songs they had before, they ain't never had a hit. All of a sudden, they singing goddamn the Isley Brothers song, and now they got a hit. Come on, bro. That's the music industry, man. That's what they do. So,
Yeah.
truth be told, man, Charles Manson killed niggas because of the music industry.
I'm with you.
That's what this documentary pretty much said.
To me, that's what it was.
Yeah, if they'd have gave my nigga a deal and gave him a chance, niggas would still be alive today.
This is true. This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
That shit is crazy.
I did not know. I did not know that this documentary was going to take this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, like I've seen stuff on Charles Manson, and like I said, in everything that I've seen, they always talked about his music.
No, literally. They start off with that.
Yeah, I didn't know it was in depth this far. Like I did not know that the Beach Boys had two of his songs. I didn't know that the Beatles had did a song. Like,
and that's just the ones that they had showed that had names. Bro, he had placements on a bunch of different songs. They was just when they was showing that part of the doc, they was going through just all the placements that he was having. Bro, this nigga was everywhere. If they was in California, nigga, at some point in time, they had a hit from Charles Manson. It seemed like.
And I think the reason that one dude was like, "Yo, I just don't know what to do with you." I think it was because all those damn girls was around. It's like, dude, you basically walking around here with a whole coat, and I was supposed to sign you to a record label because this thing.
I don't think that's what it was.
So why not sign him? If this guy knows,
you don't have the look.
Okay, yeah, maybe he don't have the look, but if this resume was already out, because if I'm not mistaken, this was part of the doc where Dennis Wilson had already used two of Charlie's songs. Beatles had already used the song because this was after the demo came out, and he's like, "Yo, I just don't know what to do with you." If you already, and I don't know if these songs were hits or not, so I can't say that they were hits, but they were at least an album. So
they out there.
Yeah, but if the Beach Boys is very well known, the Beatles was considered the best fucking, thing that was out at that time. If I'm good enough for them to take some of my songs, you can't at least sign me as a songwriter or something?
I agree. But I'm gonna give you an analogy.
Okay.
If you got a slave and he know how to do all kind of shit. Say he a smith, right? This nigga make the best horseshoes in your neighborhood.
Okay.
And he go show your neighbor how to make horseshoes, and he go show the dude down the street how to make horseshoes. But they make good horseshoes. They don't make the best horseshoes. You know who make the best horseshoes, but they make good horseshoes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he come to you like, man, why don't you just let me go, man, and let me go make horseshoes? And you go, man, I don't know what to do with you though. You feel me? Instead of just teaching everybody around you how to make horseshoes, getting y'all community up, boom. That's what that nigga was on. Why would I give you a record deal when we getting records from you? I don't have to pay you. We done already gave you $300. All we had to do was rent a house out for you. That ain't shit compared to what we about to get back. We about to recoup like a motherfucker. These motherfuckers about to go on tour. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers about to be on the radio. This shit about to go crazy. I just need you to keep putting these hits out. And I ain't gotta. I don't know what to do with you, man. How we gonna put this together? Yeah, I'm not trying to put shit together. I'm trying to get you to keep writing these songs for these niggas I already got established.
Yeah, they're just like now, right? So all of these prices on everything sky high.
Mm-hmm.
So people paying it.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point of dropping it if people are already paying it? What's the point of signing Charlie if we already getting your music for little to nothing?
There you go. That's it. That's all. So yeah, no, I don't know what to do with you, sir. No, he probably knew exactly what to do with that motherfucker. But if I'm getting your music for free, you mean to tell me you want me to stop taking your shit for free and start paying you? Nah, fuck out of here. I don't know what to do with you, Charlie. Sorry, man. We'll come up with some shit later. How about that? Let me think on it a little bit more. I get back to you.
Charlie is the epitome of fuck with me and find out.
Oh, for sure.
He might be the definition.
For sure. What? Oh, y'all don't want to pay me? Don't worry about it. Hey, this motherfucker live at this log cabin, right? Go up there and kill that motherfucker. This nigga was just putting hits out on people.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who it was. That motherfucker said, "Well, what if they don't litter no more? I don't give a fuck. Go kill him." Didn't send him a message. He was on some mafia shit.
Yo, Dennis was somewhere. That's the thing. They never said. I didn't do the research. I don't know whatever happened to Dennis, but Dennis went
on to continue playing songs with the Beach Boys until he passed, or I don't know if the nigga still living or not. But Dennis is still or was still making music with the Beach Boys, and he didn't give two fucks about none of that shit because he didn't feel guilty about what he did. That's what I said. He need to run that fade, or he need to get locked up because that's crazy.
Yeah, Dennis. Like I said earlier, Dennis looking at it like, yo, I gave him $300. I rented out this beach house. You know what I'm saying? I gave him a place to stay. All this type. I gave him recognition, so I did my part.
Now, don't get me wrong. $300 in 1960 that's a lot of money, but nigga, I can't go get no beach house myself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Not with no $300, and you can? No, nigga, put me on. That's all he wanted to do. He just wanted to get put on. But I'd say this though: to go get motherfuckers to kill people is a tad extreme.
Yeah.
No, this was the craziest part though. We forgot all about this. Bro, they cut the power and the telephone lines.
Smart, bro. That was smart. Nigga. But you know what I thought you were gonna say when you got all excited and said we forgot about it?
What?
We were just talking about how wild it was. The trial.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, bro.
Oh man, they doing everything this nigga doing.
Yeah, like crazy, drawing X's in their head, then turn that shit to swastikas.
Yeah, then he shaved his head, they shaved their head. They outside singing folk tunes on the concrete, on the sidewalk. Nah.
Man, this dude got people out here walking around like dogs and shit. Like, yeah. this is some wild ass shit, bro.
For sure. You know what they
Like-
should have did though? And I'm be honest with you. This would have ended all that shit. They should have never allowed them into the courtroom.
Yeah.
I feel like shit would have been way different and way faster if they never allowed, if he, you know what I'm saying, don't bring them into the courtroom, because he felt like he still had some sense of power with them being there. Nah, they not allowed in the courtroom.
Yeah, they was like, if he would, you know, make a gesture, they would make a gesture. Like they were just copying everything he was
That's what I'm
doing.
saying.
But this is the thing. I think that it helped the jury because this is the thing, bro. As far as Manson, all he really done, like
Put
physically,
hits out on people. He never did nothing.
he cut one person, that dude that Bobby ended up killing. Like he cut that dude in the face. He shot the black dude, Bernard Crown.
Well, outside of that, yeah.
Like he ain't really do
That's
nothing.
what I'm saying. That's my point. That's what I'm saying. He put hits out on niggas.
So I think that with them being in the courtroom, I think it showed the jury, like, you know, if Charlie do a little, you know what I'm saying, pull up back at the hair, then all these bitches do the same thing. They're like, yo, he can convince them to do anything.
So imagine everybody else that's around this nigga.
Yeah.
So if they say that he sent them there and then they go see that shit, well,
exactly.
shit, maybe having them in there wasn't a bad idea then. Damn. Exactly. Now that I think about it, maybe I was wrong. God damn. That was a great ass point you just made. I just thought about no, that's a great fucking point. I didn't even think about that. That was a great fucking point, bro. Cause now they seeing it, like they seeing that shit firsthand. Like, whoa, what the fuck are they doing? Hold on. Oh my god, that's a great point. But you know what else though?
What's up?
What was also crazy too is all of the people that was around them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they was, you know, basically on the same shit to do. Well, really, I think it was just the women that was like that. I think the dudes like kind of followed him because he had the women, so you know they felt like, you know, he the man. You know how it be when dudes got like women around them, bro. The one dude that beefed with him, what's his name? Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like he started to realize like this nigga ain't what I think he is. Because one of the guys on there made a great point. They said that, you know, all these people talk about Manson and they mention Manson. They talk about, they correlate his name with genius. They were saying like, yo, this nigga's not a genius. Like everything around this nigga is just mistake after mistake after mistake. If you really look at this shit, it's just mistake after mistake after mistake. You don't teach these niggas how to kill. You just go tell them to go stab somebody. Not only to go stab somebody, but go to this house where dude is. If he ain't there, whoever there, kill him. If they don't do that and they really just go kill him, maybe all this shit goes a different way too. If they just go after Dennis and go get Dennis, maybe all this shit change. Because I forgot what the LaBianca dude was. LaBianca was
yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot what they were in, but
they was just I know they was rich. I know that for a fact. But I'm trying to. I forgot what LaBianca and them did though. But they didn't really speak too much about that part. They was really just talking about the whole the cabin house thing. But if he was smart, right? He never sends them there to kill everybody there. Instead, he goes to send them there and say, yo, find out if Dennis still lives here. If Dennis still lives here, kill Dennis.
True.
That's it. This whole situation is different now. Because he sent them to kill them. And then what we left out was with the LaBianca situation, he killed him, the wife, and their kids. Well, they killed him, the wife, and the kids. And they tried to set that up to make it look like it was the whole Panther thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bro. Dude made a great point when he said that. Like, nah, dude ain't smart. Dude ain't as smart as everybody try to make him seem. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He was just ordering. I felt like he was in a situation where he realized that these motherfuckers was following him. And I honestly believe that they start following him around because of the whole music thing. I think they started off as groupies with this whole music thing. And it got to a point to where he realized that he could be able to do anything and tell them anything. So he was like, I could use this to my advantage.
Yeah.
And as much as he ain't fuck with Dennis, he wasn't gonna go kill Dennis himself. I'm gonna go send these motherfuckers over there to kill Dennis. Because that was the whole point. Dennis wasn't there, man, fuck it, kill him anyway. They go cut the electricity, cut the telephone cords, and they get the slashing shit up.
That's wild, wow.
That's crazy.
And this shit, like this shit happened in '69, bro.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was 9 years old.
Yo, my mom was 1. No, she wasn't even 1 yet. Because this happened in August, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't even 1 yet. My mom was born in '68.
My dad was 14.
That's crazy, bro.
Like, to think like this shit really. And look, we were talking. I forget which pod we were on. Oh, the Zodiac shit.
Mm-hmm.
All these killers and all this shit that was just going on. Really in California, like a lot of the shit that was going on in California in the late '60s, bro.
Cause them niggas was out
crazy,
there fucking wilding, my nigga. It was flower power, niggas was fucking cocaine, all kind of shit.
Yo, that was
they wasn't no cocaine and they was on heroin.
Yeah, but this LSD shit though,
No, you right. It was LSD and acid. Niggas was just having bad trips all throughout Southern California. Well, California in general, I guess.
Yeah.
They're just out there fucking and getting high. Modern day Sodom and Gomorrah.
Facts.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will say this. Stay away from drugs. Stay away from sex. It's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're married, then just stay away from drugs. But yeah, definitely stay away from sex. None of that shit is good for you. Them niggas is going to get cleared up for STDs like every other day, bro.
Dr. West, man.
Let me tell you something. Ain't no cabin house, no swimming pool, no nothing. None of that is going to put me in a trance where I'm like, man, you just got done fucking Jake. Come on over here, fuck me too. No,
but this the crazy part. When they was out at the ranch,
it
wasn't no power out there, bro. There wasn't no water.
I told you what the fuck they was doing, man. They was out there around campfire singing folk tunes, doing acid and LSD, and this nigga was giving them, and he was indoctrinating them.
Fucking them, no condoms, no bath water, no summer eve,
no nothing.
You know what I mean? Like
just sand, heat, and funk.
But I can't imagine, bro.
No, thank you. No, thank you. They ain't had no bathrooms out there, my nigga.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It was a movie set. They said some of the bitches didn't even have a roof.
Yeah, they were just sleeping under. Hey, my nigga. Yo, bro. When they showed that fucking picture, my nigga, when they showed the picture of that shit, bro, and it was just beds on the ground, I'm like, these bitches was OnlyFans girls. Hey, man.
Oh, my God.
Hey, man. Fuck that running away shit, bro. You think, man, I done ran away, and I'm about to go sleep on the flat mattress, no frame, no fucking box spring, no headboard. Just a flat mattress and a blanket in the middle of a fucking desert on a movie set. Man, never. Fuck no.
Wildin', boy.
Some motherfuckers just gotta make better decisions in life, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I
was-
know their home life couldn't have been that bad, man.
Just become a stripper. You know what I'm saying? It's way easier things to do. That ain't it. That's not it at all. And you following this nigga around because you think he about to be a music star. Fuck that. No. Hell no. Hell no. What are we doing? That's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy.
But at the end of the day, it's wild to think that all of this probably could have been avoided.
If this nigga
Dennis just gave us his fucking money.
Bro, it's the goddamn Beach Boys' fault, bro.
Yo, that's crazy.
Bro, blame the beat. What if, oh my God, what if that's why dude killed John Lennon? I know I'm reaching like Stretch Armstrong. I'm just saying, what if that was the reason that nigga off John Lennon, bro?
Yo, you want to know why you're talking about that? For Charles Manson to take the song Helter Skelter and tell them that this shit is a race thing and say that this is to start a war with black people.
Have you ever heard Helter Skelter?
Hell no.
Go listen to Helter Skelter and then come back and tell me. Tell me what you think.
Yo, but I mean, that's a good point. Dude, I don't think nothing is far-fetched at this point. Not at this point. To get this information that we got now, I don't think it's far-fetched, man. I mean, because when you hear about some of this evidence of how much and how far they was willing to go to keep Manson out of jail, when you have countless accounts of where he was breaking his parole and they do nothing, and then he's tied to this dude West who's been in the CIA for fucking 15 years. Like, I don't think nothing is far-fetched, man. I don't think it's far-fetched.
Let me tell you something, brother. Ain't nothing in this goddamn Helter Skelter song got nothing to do with no goddamn race war. You hear me? Give you the first verse. Well, do you, don't you, want me to love you? I'm coming down fast, but I'm miles above you. Tell me. Come on, tell me the answer. Well, you may be a lover, but you ain't no dancer. That's the first verse. The fuck that got to do with a race war?
Man, that's the LSD, man.
Come on, man. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
That's the LSD, bro.
Bro. The second verse is the same thing. The third verse is, hey, man, fuck Charles Manson, bro. Okay? Fuck Charles Manson, bro. Because what about that goddamn song? They're not saying nothing. They none of this shit is, the verses are the same. They just repeating the verses. Where in that song did it say anything about fucking?
Because they said something about a rise. Ain't that in Helter Skelter? Because I think that's the same house that they wrote Rise on the wall. It's the same house that they wrote Helter Skelter, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, maybe I got the wrong Helter Skelter song, bro. Who is that? The Beatles?
Yeah, it's the Beatles.
Man, ain't nothing in this motherfucker say rise, man. Nothing about it. It don't say rise. It don't say rise up. It don't say go against nobody. This nigga is talking about some chick who famous. That's what Helter Skelter is about. It's about a famous chick, and he telling her, hey, you know what I'm saying? The fame don't always last forever. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, you gonna have to love me, baby. That's all the song is about. Nigga talking about love. Nigga ain't talking about no goddamn race war, man. This is what I'm talking about when I be saying people just be hearing shit in music and be thinking that the song means something and it don't mean nothing. Where the fuck could you, in any of these lyrics, where the fuck did you come up with, yeah, they talking about a race war? He just talking. That I ain't gonna lie, that would have pissed me off. Maybe that's why Bobby got mad. Because Bobby like, man, this nigga don't know nothing about no goddamn music. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is this nigga talking about? Race war, nigga. These niggas singing about women.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm missing something. Maybe I got the wrong song.
Nah, I'm looking at it and yeah, it ain't saying nothing about
That's what I'm
that
saying,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, but sitting around taking LSD and fucking yo, that's a wild dude, man. But like I mentioned, and we can end it. The way this documentary was put, it could have been prevented if Dennis would have just gave my dude
Listen
credit
to
and his
what
money.
John Lennon said. This nigga said, we used to have a laugh about this, that, or the other, in a lighthearted way, and some intellectual would read us, some symbolic youth generation wants to see something in it. We also took seriously some parts of the role, but I don't know what Helter Skelter has to do with knifing someone. I've never listened to it properly. It was just a noise. If you listen to that goddamn song and read these lyrics, that's exactly what that is. They ain't said nothing in that goddamn song. The lyrics don't even make sense. And he heard that and was like, they want us to go kill the other people. They want us to go kill another race. Hey, man, nah. I see why he ain't get signed on no contract. I gotta go listen to this nigga music now. Maybe that nigga was right. Maybe Dennis was right. Maybe Dennis had a point. Nigga, you ain't talking about shit.
Yo, that's funny.
Fuck is wrong with Charles Manson, man? They lucky we can't play music. I'll play this shit just so y'all can hear this dumb shit. That shit is horrible. And I see, and I see why Paul McCartney lost the mic and the girl is mine. Because he wrote this shit.
Yo, listen. You remember when they did that whole thing? Tried to say "Lady in My Life" didn't fit, and that would remember that whole shit? Mm-hmm. No, what they should have took off that album was "A Girl Is Mine." Get that bullshit. That's the one song, dude. I have the whole Thriller downloaded except "The Girl Is Mine."
Nobody fucked with "The Girl Is Mine."
I don't want that bullshit on my
nobody
playlist.
Fucked with "The Girl Is Mine" until Monica and Brandy remade it.
Exactly. Paul McCartney, get out of here, bro.
And who
honestly,
Paul McCartney think he was that he was gonna get a girl from Michael Jackson? What the fuck is he talking about, nigga? He looked 70 at 20.
No, dude.
Come on, bro. What the fuck is we talking about, man?
Yo, Michael Jackson bought the rights to the beat.
Exactly, nigga. Stole your bitch and your music, nigga. Walk in your trap, take over your trap. Fuck out of here. Who the fuck you think you talking to, Paul McCartney? Fuck you think you are? You think you was in a band with 3 of your little fucking buddies that you was holding Michael Jackson? No, nigga.
Oh my god. And then he redid "Come Together" and just stole their version.
Stole that whole shit and performed it live, nigga. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. You can't do shit. You can't do shit, Paul McCartney.
Oh man. Wow, but wow. But
he
I mean,
look for left, ain't he?
Shit, he might be. I mean, It might be.
Yeah. Ain't nobody find that weird. I'm just saying. Nigga wrote a song where Charles Manson thought he was talking about killing niggas off. He got into it with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson died before Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney said, "Give me my rights back."
Come on, bro. I'm just saying. Michael Jackson. How old was Michael Jackson in the 70s, bro? What?
Like,
had to be in his 20s.
No, I only think he was
20s.
Because, dude, Off the Wall was what 78, and I think he was 21.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas in his 20s.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I think he was 21 when Off the Wall came out. I think
this nigga thought that he was about to challenge a young, vibrant Michael Jackson. He hadn't even reached his peak yet. This nigga been famous since a kid. Girls been waiting for this nigga to turn to a goddamn grown man. They been growing with this nigga. All the little girls screaming. Been waiting to turn 18. Been waiting for Michael Jackson to turn 18. You know what I'm saying? They done followed this nigga through middle school, high school. They done graduated. He done graduated. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh man, we grown now, Mike. Have me. And here comes Paul McCartney.
From the stories. You know what I mean? The girls might have didn't have to wait. Well, this is the thing.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that to Michael Jackson. We ain't gonna do that to Michael Jackson. No, we ain't.
It ain't even really Mike.
Fuck out of Paul McCartney. We ain't gonna disrespect Michael Jackson.
No, I ain't disrespecting him.
Listen, Michael Jackson was knocking him down. I already know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm talking about when they used to go on tour as Jackson.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I already know what you're talking about because it's rumored. Yeah. It's rumored that one of his label mates, you know what I'm saying? He got that too.
Well, I was talking about when they said that basically, you know what I'm saying, when they would have a group as Joe got first dibs and then kind of forced Mike to do it when Mike didn't want to do it type shit.
All right, nah. Ain't no way. First off, that's not how groupies work. What the fuck are we talking about? What fucking groupie is going to fuck Joe Jackson first just to go fuck Mike? No, man. No, that's not how it works. First off, when Mike was in the Jackson 5, the nigga was what? 10?
Well, yeah.
He was young as fuck. He was a kid.
Because they tried to say, because it was a whole age thing with him, because they tried to say he was 9 when he was like 11.
That's what I'm saying. So they wouldn't have been going after Mike. They'd have been going after fucking Jermaine. Wasn't he the oldest?
I think Jermaine was the oldest.
So they'd have been going after Jermaine. We already know this. They was on Jermaine's team. Mike was a fucking kid. They wasn't looking at him. Oh, no, he was famous, but they wasn't lusting over no fucking Michael Jackson. They was lusting over Jermaine. Now, when Mike got older and then nigga started getting taller and that nigga was doing the robot and spinning around Diana Ross, then maybe he looked at that nigga and was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Maybe then, but nah. Nigga, Joe Jackson wasn't getting no fucking, come on, man. We seen Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson looked like Jermaine looked now, back then. So no, I'm sure wasn't nobody letting greasy ass Joe Jackson. All due respect, rest in heaven. I love Joe Jackson. Even though you whipped their ass to fame, you still got them to fame. Respect to Joe Jackson. But I don't think Joe Jackson was out here smashing no fucking kids just so his kids could get some ass. That don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense, bro. You know what I mean? Now I can see if like Jermaine had coerced a girl to do something, you know what I'm saying, like kiss Mike or some shit like that. We all done been around older cousins who was like, yeah, my little cousin like you, you know, goofy shit like that. But come on, bro. Joe Jackson. All right. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, bro? Who came up with that? What the fuck are we talking about? What? Nah, I don't believe that at all. Let me tell you something. Michael Jackson, for all intents and purposes, my beliefs, These are Scoots Bronson's beliefs and Scoots Bronson's beliefs alone. They do not reflect the opinions and the beliefs of S. Foster nor Viewers Anonymous. Michael Jackson was out here knocking them down. There's a clip. There's a clip that's going around where Michael Jackson is in a limo. And the girl is jumping at the limo on the thing, and he is saying, "Hey, look at her titties." I'm dead ass serious. It's on the internet.
Did you see that? Did you see that picture? If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Madonna where Mike was sitting on a bed and like
And looking at her
down on the knees, and like Mike was looking back, and they took the picture, and they was like, "What you was about to do down there?"
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Just saying.
Nigga, Michael Jackson was with Elvis Presley's daughter.
Oh, that's wild.
You think, knowing everything you know about Michael Jackson, this nigga had beef with the Beatles, bought a part of Sony, and then bought their catalog because he had a beef with them. You think this nigga didn't find out what Elvis Presley was doing? Oh, you stole our music? I got you. Don't worry about it. Fuck your daughter. Come on, bro. And they had us out here believing that he had sex with that one lady. Had 3 white kids. Come on, bro. Man, don't get me started on this shit, bro. You talk about conspiracies. You talk about MK Ultra. That's MK Ultra. Nigga, what? They had us believing this whole time this nigga Michael Jackson was crazy, bro. Come on, man. Michael Jackson can't build a theme park in his house because he the richest nigga ever. He can't build a theme park at his house, have a whole bunch of kids come through and kick it, you know what I'm saying, at his house and enjoy themselves. But John Cena could go to Make-A-Wish all the goddamn time and hang around terminally ill kids. Nobody blinks an eye. Michael Jackson can't do it though. We don't know who was going into Michael Jackson house. Come on, man. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
Let's go ahead and stop while we're ahead. Yeah. This could go totally left. And let's get into the Fire Flames.
Yes, sir.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, bro. What you got?
So, with everything that was given, like I said, I rate documentaries very, very harshly. For it to be 2025 and to find out new shit, bro, I'm gonna give this a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5. I don't think there was really the only stone that was left unturned was just the fact of like we didn't hear the outcome of some of these people. Like we don't know what happened to the Terry guy that was the music producer. We don't really know what happened with Dennis. Like we don't really know what happened to the Greg Jacobson dude who was the talent scout guy. Like other than that, we found out from the people that we needed to find out what happened to them. We got their outcome, but I'm gonna give it a 5, bro.
Man, for all the reasons that you mentioned, the information, but the way that this documentary was put together, the angle that this documentary took, as far as, not being so much focused on Charles Manson, and his cult committing the murders, more so just about everything surrounding those murders, right? Who those murders were about, the things that were going on while all of this was happening. I think that was super, super important because it gives you a totally different perspective of the things that were going on at the time. And with the information of, especially deep diving into his music journey, I think that was super, super important. And that shed a lot of light on things. The one thing I did want them to get into though was, which they didn't, was the whole Age of Aquarius thing. Because you mentioned the show Aquarius, I think that's why it's called Aquarius. I'm not sure. I gotta watch it though, but the whole Age of Aquarius thing. That was a big thing with Charles Manson. That I don't really see a lot of docs covering. I see like a couple of them, but man, the information, the they was even showing paperwork. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you. It's a 5. This is probably one of the best documentaries I've seen, hands down. One of the best documentaries I've seen. Like I said, I watched this like 4 times, bro. Because it was just it was so wild to see a documentary be put together where it's not necessarily focusing on the murder portion of it. It's really just focuses on everything. Like the murder is the focus, but everything surrounding that is really getting the light. And that was key to me. That Luther documentary and this one. If you want to learn how to make a documentary, go watch the Luther Never Too Much documentary and go watch this Chaos documentary. Those 2 documentaries, bro. Yeah, that's how you do a doc. That's how you do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's jump into coming soon.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, next episode we covering, man. This film is starring Tyrese, and it is called 1992. Now, when I first seen this, I thought it was about the riots, but then I watched the trailer, and that's just a little bit. That ain't really what this is about. This is about nigga getting robbed during the riots, ain't it?
Yep.
Yeah, man. I'm mad as fucking Tyrese. I can't wait to watch it. This better be good. I'm about to kill Tyrese if this ain't good.
Well, I watched it, so I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right. He was talking about this shit, and when he was promoting it, and he was making it seem like this was some shit that we need to be seeing. So he better be on this goddamn P's and Q's.
Well, we're gonna find out.
If he bring any of that shit from Transformers in his movie, I'm killing him.
Yo, that is hilarious.
I'm telling you right now, I'm killing him. Or that Fast and Furious shit. I don't want to see that neither.
you know Scott Eastwood is in this.
I don't care who in it.
Well, I'm just saying Scott Eastwood is in. He's in the Fast and Furious shit.
Man, everybody's in that goddamn movie, man. Nigga, we might be in that motherfucker, bro. Who knows? Everybody in that goddamn movie, man. Shit. If you live in any of them areas that they filmed it in, you in that motherfucker. It's 20 movies. Morgan Freeman in that motherfucker, bro. Betty White in that motherfucker. Come on, man. Everybody in goddamn Fast and Furious, bro. Nigga, Ja Rule was a part of Fast and Furious. Bow Wow was a part of Fast and Furious. The nigga from Varsity Blues was a part of Fast and Furious. Everybody's in them movies, man.
Oh my god.
But he better not be in the acting like that though. I know that much.
You stupid.
Yeah. So, man, I don't even know how to. I don't know, man. I gotta watch it because the premise of it is already throwing me off.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna think about this movie. Y'all just tune in, man. This might be a barn burner. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might shit on this whole movie. I'll be honest with you, because once I watched the trailer, I was like, "Why the fuck would they make this?" I don't know. But I'm gonna watch it. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have some fun. If you are a Patreon subscriber, we got a new episode coming out this week. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, subscribe so you can catch up on all the old episodes and you can catch up on the new behind the scenes that we'll be dropping this week. What else? I think that's it, man. Listen, if you enjoyed this episode, if you didn't enjoy this episode, if you two are mad as fuck that Dennis didn't help that nigga get a record contract and he only gave this nigga $300 in a weekend at a log cabin, then hit us up, let us know on the socials that we mentioned previously before, or if you just want to hit us up individually, you can find me on X or Twitter at Scoots Bronson. I got a link tree in my bio. You can follow me everywhere else there.
And you can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less. Last episode is still Carnell Jones working on something new. So check that out. That's all I got.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. Without you, there could be no us. And until the next episode, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.